Hey guys, great to see you. Joe here. Welcome to another lesson. Thanks ever so much for joining me. Perhaps if you enjoy the video, you could click on the like or the subscribe. That'd be fantastic. Okay, so now that you're kind of hopefully getting familiar with these new long shapes that we're looking at, the long A7 and the long B7, you know, that's the first step, is to get them as we've discussed so you can actually play them, you know, get them comfortable. But the kind of story doesn't end there, because there's quite a lot more that we can do with these shapes. So for example, if we go back to our Mississippi River Blues example, where I'm playing this E in our new position that we've learned, you see we can create a walk down, and we're just playing 7, 6, 5 on the first string. So we've got, and of course it works with the long A position as well, long A7. We can play it a number of ways, lots of different choices. So that's something else that we can kind of explore, you know, once we've got the basics down. And you know, there are even more things that we can do with these shapes. If you listen to the likes of Big Bill Broonzy, he had some fantastic technique going on with some of these shapes, where he created like a shuffle feel, you know. So you got this kind of, and you may recognize from that from the, you know, hey hey. Okay, so you can see the kind of power of this exercise and what you can actually do once you start playing these long shapes. And all that he's adding to what we've already looked at is this second string on the 5th fret here. So the kind of rhythm slowed down, if you like, is just like a, when you speed that up, you have a like a, and so on. So yeah, do explore these shapes fully if you possibly can, because it really helps build your technique as well, and the strength in your hands and all those kind of stretches that at first seem to be very difficult. Now another thing that's really interesting is some of the chord shapes that some of these blues greats choose to play and choose to use. So Robert Johnson, for example, he had his own way of doing things, and that's what gives his kind of songs a very distinctive sound. So for example, he would kind of tend to play an A7 up here. You only have to play that and you can immediately hear, you know, where it's coming from. It's got a very Robert Johnson-y type of feel. And all it is a D shape, okay? All moved up a string. So basically our middle finger is going on the 2nd string, 2nd fret. Our index finger is going on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And then my middle finger is going on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. So we got that shape, and then we move it all the way up to the 5th fret. So we're starting on the 5th fret there, yeah? And you've got this A7 shape. And then what he would do is he would drop it down to this A7 diminished shape, okay? So this is like a diminished 7 shape. And all we've done is we've moved this A7 shape back one, and we've placed our pinky on the 1st string, 5th fret. So you have that kind of and just through kind of exploring those two shapes, you can come up with some lovely kind of rhythms, you know, just playing different variations. So you got your kind of, yeah, so it's well worth spending a little bit of time on those two little shapes, yeah? And once you get a feel for it, you should be able to kind of be able to switch between the two quite comfortably, because there's not actually that much of a change happening. All we're doing is really dropping it and adding our pinky, like I say. Okay, now another kind of position that he would use would be an A position further up the neck here. So this is yet another A7. Okay, so that's index on the 8th fret, 2nd string, and the ring finger and middle finger are playing the 1st and 3rd strings of the 9th fret. Okay, so we've got an A7 there. And again, if we drop this down, we have like a diminished chord again. Okay, so this is another A7 shape. So yeah, that's another shape that we can use, and it was commonly used by Robert Johnson. So now that's quite a few different positions that we're building up now, which are a little bit different to the common things that I started out by talking about. And so don't forget, you know, it's really important just to have fun playing around with these shapes. That's ultimately what it's about. You know, I just like to try and encourage you to explore new territories with your guitar playing and things like that. So hopefully all this kind of stuff will help with your playing.